A The Last of Us 2 reveal in 2017, that would be insane, but it's possible. Let's dive in. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that like button. Every Friday we go to the perfect world of video games to see things that we want to see happening and aren't out of this world. This time we dive into The Last of Us 2. Will a reveal happen in 2017? Yes please. The Last of Us on PS3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I will never forget the amazing adventure with many high points and emotional moments, and I'm totally not alone. The game had amazing scores across the board, and The Last of Us sold extremely well on PS4 and even better on PS3. So a sequel looks to be totally happening. Also, if we look at the history of Naughty Dog games, first the 3 Crash games, then the 3 Jak games, and then the 4 Uncharted games, they are known for creating sequels to their franchises. And with Sony bringing The Last of Us to PS4, could that be an indication that they want the new people that jump from the Xbox 360 to the PS4 to get to know these games? Look at the God of War 3 remaster, and then hey, we have a new God of War game and the Uncharted collection as well. It was all for a new game that was coming out later. Also, the ending of The Last of Us leaves enough room for a sequel. Or they can create different characters but stay in the terrifying but interesting world. Something they've already toyed around with. There have also been some rumors of The Last of Us 2, with a LinkedIn page suggesting that the title is in development in 2014, since the guy that worked at Naughty Dog from 2014 and helped with The Last of Us 2. Also, Nolan North, the voice of Drake, said in a panel in June 2015 that he knew that Naughty Dog was making The Last of Us 2. I think a sequel will totally come, but the real question is when. The Last of Us won a ton of awards, and that's when Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley became popular. But instead of going to The Last of Us 2, they were forced to help with Uncharted 4 because the director and other people that worked on the game left Naughty Dog, and this is why Uncharted 4 released a half year later than planned. Naughty Dog was split into 2 teams in 2011, one was focused to make Uncharted 3 and then later moved to Uncharted 4, while the other team with Bruce and Neil made The Last of Us. After the release of The Last of Us, they probably made the Left Behind DLC, while others were focusing on experimenting with new ideas. But then Bruce and Neil moved over to Uncharted 4, but did the whole second team go? I find it hard to believe. Neil did say though that the production on a new game would begin after Uncharted 4 was finished, so when would it be revealed then? I think that it's safe to assume that Naughty Dog was already working on The Last of Us 2 before a bigger team started working on Uncharted 4. I even believe that a portion of Naughty Dog has been working on The Last of Us all this time while the others were finishing Uncharted 4. They are working on a new game, that's for sure. We for example got this guy on LinkedIn saying that he's helping on a AAA unannounced game, and this was during the development of Uncharted 4. He now seems to be fully working on this unannounced AAA game. What is super interesting is that in a Finder interview with community strategist Arne Meyer, he said, quote, "I don't know what the timelines are," and then that's when he's talking about the console generations, but we have at least 1, maybe 2 left in the console generations. Maybe more, end quote. If we look at the previous PlayStation timelines, the original PlayStation came out in 1994, the PS2 came out in 2000, the PS3 came out in 2006, and the PS4 in 2013. All with 6, or in the case of the PS3 to PS4, 7 years of time in between. So what would that mean, a 2019 or a 2020 release for the PlayStation 5? Although I think that a 2018 PlayStation 5 release could also be in the cards because of the super powerful Xbox Scorpio that is set to launch in 2017. And it looks to be the new generation of Xbox. I mean, Microsoft did a 4-year cycle before with the Xbox to the Xbox 360, and it totally paid off. While the Xbox One is not a failure, it's not a success that the PlayStation 4 is. And the Xbox One will always have the bad name attached to it because of the bold and stupid reveal. TV, TV, TV. Microsoft wants to start fresh again and be in front of Sony again because that helped them before. Anyway, it's hard to tell what is going to happen right now, but Sony needs to combat the Scorpio anyhow, and the PS4 Pro is not capable of doing that. I wouldn't be surprised if the launch of the PlayStation 5 would be in 2018. All I'm trying to say is that if Naughty Dog is going to make one game for this generation, they don't have a lot of time left to announce it. The Last of Us was announced in 2011 during the Video Game Awards, a year and a half before the game was going to come out. Uncharted 4 was announced at E3 2014, a year and a half before the planned release, but it ended up being 2 years before the release. If Naughty Dog is planning to release another game in this generation, a 2017 reveal is super likely, and where would it be better than the E3 2017?
And this is how it's gonna go. It's dark. We hear a slow guitar, and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. We see the world of The Last of Us, a destroyed world. Everyone goes crazy. Oh my god, it's The Last of Us, oh my god. Then we see someone running, pretty fast. It's an older girl. It's Ellie. She's older now. She hides behind the wall. We see a clicker pass by. She did not get seen. And she runs past the clicker, grabs the device, and she runs away safely. And then it zooms out. And we see like a whole world with buildings, with survivors that you can infiltrate, you can steal their medicines. And we see clickers that you can also steal stuff from. It's some sort of open world survival game. And then we go back to Ellie. And she moves away some frames. She's going to her hideout. And then we hear, "What took you so long?" And one's like, "What?" It's Joel with gray hair. He's sitting there. Bomb! Last of Us 2. No date. It will be amazing.
Oh man, an E3 with new God of War gameplay, a release date for Detroit in 2017, new Spider-Man footage, the first footage from the Kojima game, a new IP announcement from Sucker Punch, and way more. E3 2017 is going to be huge. In the perfect world of video games, if this all is going to be correct, and again, there is a chance that this might happen, but also it sounds a little bit too good to be true. But the E3 2016 was also too good to be true, and well, that became reality. I think the PlayStation experience will focus on the Uncharted 4 DLC that will hit in March or maybe April 2017. Then we will have the E3 for The Last of Us 2. Remember, Sony likes to announce games well before they are done. Look at Detroit or Spider-Man and more, even Death Stranding that might not even hit PS4. I really think that this could be the case. Anyway, The Last of Us 2 reveal at E3 2017 in the perfect world of video games.
That would be insane. This is the perfect world of video games. Hopefully it will become reality. Anyway, let me know what you think. When will The Last of Us 2 be shown? Will it ever be shown? Will it ever come? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video if you did. Every Friday in the perfect world of video games will be up on the channel, so be sure to subscribe. I'll speak to you next time.